So here we talk about invoicing. When we talk about invoicing, I think we understand what invoice is all about. Invoice is the document that is given out to somebody after you render a service or you sell to such a person. So after you sold to a person, you are going to give invoice out to such a person as an acknowledgement of which means that as the person is accepting it, it's an acknowledgement from the part of the person that you have rendered a service and is going to pay you a certain amount stated on that invoice. So invoicing refers to the process of generating and sending an itemized document known as invoice. The invoicing is the process of sending invoice to a customer, a client, or whatsoever, and it's very important since every business is about making money. And the only way to make money is when you render a service or you sell something to somebody. So how do you collect your money? You are going to invoice such a person. So invoice has some details on it, like the name, the address, description, price, product, and some other things. All these are some of those things that we have on invoice, on a simple invoice. Then the next thing we have here is why learning invoicing? Why do we need to learn about invoicing? This is something we do on a daily basis and something we just collect. You buy something and you get invoice from anybody. But why are we learning it in this class? Number one, when you know how to use invoicing software, it makes your collection, your money collection, easier, and it's a way of getting your money back from whoever as a document that bind you. It's a document that bind you and it binds you and the customer together. So to get your money, to get paid, you need to learn how to use invoice. You issue invoice to your customer and they get your money back for you. They pay you. Also, for financial organization, to organize your business too, you need to organize your invoicing system. You need to know how to maintain invoicing in such a way that you can track your sales and revenue. So it helps in organizing your financials. It shows your professionalism to your customers or your clients. It also helps you, it makes you more efficient and saves your time and help with financial planning too. So then in this class, what we want to learn is we learn how to streamline the poor or no record invoicing or record keeping in general, how to automate your invoicing process, and either you outsource it or you want to do it yourself. You also learn how to do it yourself or how to train somebody who can do it for you. Yeah, you can learn it and teach your staff how to do invoicing for you or on your behalf, and they will learn how to track invoicing too. So there are so many invoicing tools online. One of the very good invoicing whatsoever is Wave. Unfortunately, Wave is not, I think it doesn't support Africa generally. Wave does not support Africa generally. So instead of Wave, the other one that is also available for African use is Zoho Books. But Zoho Books is not free. Just like Wave is free. It offers some accounting whatsoever and invoicing, very good invoicing, and it integrates into accounting whatsoever. Zoho Books is not free too, but Zoho Books has made Zoho Invoice a free version. Zoho Invoice is free. Why Zoho Books is not free, but Zoho Invoice is free. We have Slick, Invoicely, InvoiceNG, Paystack, Bitrix, all this. So most of these software, especially Invoicely, is also very good, but I think it's going to give 5 free or whatever in a month. And I don't think anybody will be doing business with just 5 forms, 5 invoice in a month. So, but these are the things you can just explore after the class. We have their website here, which you can explore them. But for the purpose of the class, we're going to look at Zoho Books. So we have here under this tracking invoice, we're going to look at some things in the class here. So we are going to divide the business into two. We have service-based businesses and product-based businesses. Service-based businesses are the business that render services. And these are the business that actually give invoice out, the physical invoice in most cases. These are the business that give invoice out to customers. We have maybe somebody doing engineering work, accountancy, consultancy, so many businesses that we do as service-based businesses. So we have the list here, and we have the product-based businesses. These are the people that sells products. So this also can be divided into two. We have those who are from the retail store, those who have what we call supermarkets, and those who have few products. That is, there are people whose customers are few, and they do more of few transactions in a day. Like you sell electronics. So with electronics, it's something you can use the normal service invoice to do. But for somebody who is running a retail store, you can see that even they don't give invoice. What they have is receipt, which means that you want to buy, imagine you want to buy battery from a retail store in your neighborhood. So you don't need to, you cannot even ask for invoice. You don't ask for invoice. In that case, they only give you the receipt. Once you pay, the receipt serves as both invoice and receipt together at the same time. So now, this area, I want us to understand this area very well. For people doing businesses, there's a flow at which your invoice process takes place. The invoicing process takes place following these four flows. Number one, quotation. In some business does not involve quotations. For example, now, imagine somebody you want to, maybe somebody want to make a hair and went to barber shop, or somebody want to do spa or whatever. So you don't have for quotation in some cases. So, but in other businesses that are more established and it involves process. Maybe want to produce something for company or want to supply to certain whatsoever. So your journey starts from quotations. So quotation is what we call estimate. Oh, how much can you do this thing for me? You send your quotation. I want to do you want to do this party. I want to give me quotation of how the event manager. Okay, as an event manager, I want to give me quotation of how to organize this party whatsoever. You have to give quotation. Give estimate. There's estimate. Then followed by invoice. The next thing after the quotation, in some cases, if it is between businesses and businesses, there's a document in between called LPO, local purchase order. The company that received this quotation, for example, I can say, okay, I will supply 5 tons of cement for you at 5 million naira. They can say, okay, no. What we want is okay, we negotiate everything to 4.9. Or like the example I gave earlier, somebody want to do party and it has quoted for DJ, quoted for musician and this and that, and they say, okay, no, remove this, add this, remove this, and the price change. So the price can change from quotation. Whatever you now agree on, the LPO will state the agreement. That is the next document that will come from the buyer, which at the end of the day will represent the agreement that you had. But in some cases, when the quotation is not tampered with, it moves directly to invoice. So from the quotation now, after you've agreed now, you know the service, the next thing that follows is quotation, the invoice, after which we have the payment receipt, which means that you can have your quotation to be like 10 million. And while invoicing, you agree to maybe like 8 million on the job, and they pay 2 times. So it doesn't mean that because you have invoiced them 8 million, they're going to pay 8 million once. Sometimes you ask them to pay advance. They pay you in advance. They can pay you like maybe like 6 million advance. So you issue receipt for that 6 million, which means that they are still owing you 2 million. It doesn't mean that all your receipt must capture, or you have to delay the receipt until the final payment. No. As you receive the money, even if they pay you 3 times or 4 times or 5 times, you have to issue their receipt one by one. So receipt for every money received must be receipted. And the last one is the report. This is where you are able to track all your invoice. Are they paid? Is there any outstanding invoice that are yet to be paid, and the rest? So we have that. We're going to look at this while we are doing the practical. Then for the service base, for the product base that are just into like what I termed the supermarket and the retail stores, where you have several inventories, several stocks. So this journey starts from receipt. As you enter, just pick what you want to buy on the shelf, pick them from the shelf, take it to the whatsoever, they give you receipt straight. The second thing is they update their inventory often and often. Almost every day, they buy new product, buy new Milo, new Maggi, new whatsoever. So they bring in new products like on daily basis. So this kind of business has what is called inventory stock taking. So we are going to learn this along the line. Inventory stock taking. Maybe you have a small supermarket or a big supermarket. You're going to see how you can manage your inventory. And last one, okay, and the last one is the report also. Just like the first one we have, there's also a report section of it. You have to check your report. And so any software you want to use must be able to solve all this problem. So for the purpose of the class, like I show here, we're going to look at what is called Zoho Invoice. We're going to learn from Zoho Invoice. So which means that after the class, you can go ahead and explore other options that we have in the material. So let's look at.
Can't see your.
You can't see my screen again. Oh, sorry about that. Can you please mute yourself, Abdurrahman? Okay, thank you. So let me close those windows we had earlier. Okay. So let's look at Zoho Invoice now. We're going to look at Zoho Invoice. Zoho Invoice. Like I said, there is Zoho Books. If you have Zoho Books is a full version of that comprises Zoho Invoice too, but it's a paid tools. Zoho Books. It's not expensive to manage your business. Not that expensive. Let's look at pricing here. But look at Zoho Invoice here. It's a free invoice software for small businesses. So this is a free software to generate your invoice. So let's quickly sign up to this. Okay, so you sign up into it. It's like I already have an account on Zoho Invoice, Zoho.com invoice. Okay, let's see if the account is still active. I don't know if I've used for Zoho Books or whatever. So from Zoho Books, we have very free. This is a free version of it, 0 Naira. And for standard, we have this. So one user, one accountant, manage client, manage invoice up to like 1,000 invoice per annum. Customer portal, this. So this is what you can do with it. I think even the free version for Zoho Books, I think it's like 15 days or so. It expired, I think 15 days or so. So you can sign up and explore whatever you have there. But for the purpose of the class, let's stay with our Zoho Invoice now. So let me click on this invoice. So once you log in into your Zoho Invoice, you log in to your invoicing. Okay. Let's log into the invoicing part of the Zoho. I think I registered for the Zoho Books from this email. So I think you see how we've been signing up since yesterday. You see sign up, either you fill the form or you sign up with your Gmail. So whichever you like, you just go ahead and sign up. Okay. Now, Then what this is the first page that is I'm being asked to fill now. Welcome abroad to Excel. Enter your organization details to get started with Zoho invoice. I can say, okay, the name of my organization now is Nurture to Excel. So, Nurture Nurture to Excel. Nurture to Excel. So the business location is where? That's okay, Nigeria. States, Lagos. Currency, NGN, I think that's Naira. Language is English. Okay, so we have the time zone to be Lagos, Africa. And how are you managing your invoice currently? You can say, okay, currently I manage my invoice using any of these or manual. If you have any of these before, fresh go. The fresh book is also very good. A spreadsheet and Word document. Let me pick this. And the detail you have entered will be changed setting later. Okay, get started. So now we are coming into Zoho invoice. So here you can see the name of the company now. Here, Nurture to Excel. And one good thing about Zoho is that I can even add another company if I want to add a new company here. Under this, you can see this arrow facing down. I can click on Manage here and see add a new company, new organization. Add new organization now. I can add new organization and name it BMC Skills. You can see all the information I have already. Lagos. And I think every other things are okay. Get started. So, which means that if I have one account with Zoho, I can use it to manage 2, 3, 4 businesses together. So which means that whenever I want to work, I will select which company I'm actually working with. So in this case, let's work with BMC Skills now. Now, we are inside our invoicing software. So what do we do? The first thing, in most cases, don't forget something here. That is what can make company to suffer. That is tax. So here, under the settings here, you have organization profile. This profile, this is where you put your name, your logo. Your company logo can be brought into this. Let me see. I think I have one logo somewhere. Let me try download. Okay, let me use this. So logo has been uploaded. So the industry, you select the industry, you can fix all this, put everything there, and you save. Everything, save. So the next thing here, we have the users and roles. If you want to add your staff, one good thing about this software is that it has both mobile application and the web application, which means that whatever they are doing, as they are doing it, you can, wherever you are, you can be viewing what sales they are making instantly as they are doing it. So from here, this user and role, you can invite more users here. You invite users, that's okay. The name of the user is Fadikemi, and the Gmail is let's say the Gmail is okay, let me use mustafa.akim@gmail.com, and the role. So Which role are you giving the person? The staff. And save. So you have invited this person now. So the person will receive the email, and once the person accepted, he will have access to login. And let's see what role, what he can, as a role, as his role, this coming role, what can he do? As a staff, you can access all modules except report and settings, which means that as a staff, he cannot do anything with your settings. He does not have right to settings and report. Cannot see your report, cannot see your settings. So these are the two things you cannot do. But as admin, as the owner of whatever, or whoever you give admin role to, is unrestricted and can perform all things with this. So the next thing here is currency. You select what currency you are going to spend. I think we selected the Naira already. Then the tax element of it. Your tax had one tax. The most popular tax that almost every business has to pay is VAT. Is VAT. So you can say 7.5% tax. Is click save, just like that. The tax rate 7.5. Sorry, save. So let's stop there now. So with this, we've created whatever we want to create: organization, user, and currency and taxes. So let's go back to our fresh page of invoicing now. Like I said earlier, the home page again. Let's go back to the home. Now, like I said earlier, that in some cases, your invoicing may start from quotation. So, and from there, you get your invoice, and the next thing is receipt. But before we get there are two things that we need to set here. Number one, you have customers. We have created a business, line of business we want to do. Next thing is items we want to be selling. Let's create item first before the customer. Items. You can see how easy it is to use it. Just when you click on item, see new here. Let's create new items. This means that we say, what are we going to be selling this kind of business we want to do? Let's say we want to be doing okay, let's say training. Excel training is a BMC skills. So let's say we want to do Excel training. And how do you want to add it? Is it whatsoever? Is it pieces or whatsoever? If it asks, you leave it. You don't have, you leave it out. It's not compulsory. Wherever you see asterisk, that is compulsory. So the price of the training is like 15,000. You have description, you had it. You don't have description, leave it out. And the VAT element of it is this. And that's all. So we are done with this. Where is the save? Sorry. Where is the save button? Okay. Is anything covering? Oh, sorry. Something is covering me here. Save. That's all. We've created that. So which means that if you have like the businesses you are doing, you have like 10 products or 5 products or whatever, you quickly add it. Add another one again. If it's a service-based business, you had it. The good businesses, you had it too. So let's say we render data analysis training. So you had the name, amount is the 20,000, and this is what? VAT is 5%, and you save again. So we already have 2 items now. So if you have like 10 items, you quickly do that. You can just be doing like that. So you do it like that. We have the name of the server. Another one is let's give it data entry, and the price is, let's say we call it 10,000. And then we have the tax element of it to be this. So let's just stop there. So we have 3 products already now that we are selling. Now, when you want to create customer, just the same way we create the items that we are selling, we create customer too. We have customer. We create customer. First customer is customer type. Is it individual? Is it company? If it is company, let's say like Nestle PLC, Dangote Limited, those are businesses. If it is individual, you check individual here, and you put whatever here, Mr. Ojo Daramala, and the company name is Nigerite Enterprise, and the name, the customer name, you have which name you want to be displaying. You can say Nigerite Enterprise. The customer email, if they give you, you put it there. The phone number, all these things, you put it. And the tax rate is normal tax, is 7.5%. Each time we train or whatever. So due the payment terms, you set the payment terms there. When is it going to pay? Is it next 15 days or next whatever, 45 days, this, and that? So these are the options available. Let's say it's going to pay you in 15 days or end of the month or end of next month, or due on receipt. That is, as it's getting invoice, is owing me immediately. You can also put due on receipt. So they allow Porter to allow Porter access for this computer to leave that one out and save. So we have one customer. Another customer again comes to you again, fill in the information again. Individual customer again. Let's say it's Mrs. Ojo Aina or Olu Aina Olu Ajayi. So the company name is Ajasco Limited. The display name is Olu Ajayi, and then whatever you have the email and other ones there, and it's safe. So we already have 2 customers and the 3 items now. So assuming that somebody is asking for quote from you. So now I want to set a quote. Just create a new quote. Create a new quote. What's the name of the customer who is asking for quote? Nigerite Enterprise or Ajasco Limited. If it's a new customer, you click on plus new customer here. We open the page where you can save your customer. Nigerite Enterprise now. The address you have maybe you have inputted the address there already or not. You can add the address here. The quote number 1, reference number. If there's any reference number, you put it there. And the quote date, you can change this date and you can leave it as a default. This quotation, when does it expire? Does it expire after 7 days? You put it there. Salesperson, if there's any salesperson attached to this project, you put it there. Select a project. Is there any project? No project yet. Leave it out. And here we come to this place. Now, what do you want to sell? Data analysis, and then how many units or how many staff or how many whatever? 3. So we have the rate to be this. The fact is there. Let's assume that while doing the invoice, let's do another one again here, data entry. Let's assume that while doing the invoice, some item does not require VAT. You can still remove the VAT from there. You can see now, I've removed the VAT. I want to add the VAT back. I had the VAT here, 75%. So I've put all this. Is there any discount for buying whatsoever? If there's discount, you put it there. If it is percentage, your discount is in Naira form, 5,000 Naira discount or 5% discount. If the discount, you change this one to discount. Any shipping fee or whatever, and do that. And here you have the total invoice value. This is the VAT element of it. This is the invoice value. So you have any other information you want to add, you do it. You want to attach any evidence or any whatever to it, you attach file here, and that's done. You want to add an email, add it here. So now let's save and send. You can save and send. You can save as draft. Let's save as draft or save and send. So with this, you can quickly sell. You can just sell. You can send it directly to their email. Can you see? This is how. Let's preview it. Let's preview the invoice now. Let's see in PDF. Let's see how it's going to look in PDF now. I will share you. These are first quotation now coming up. Now you can see the first quotation we did. Not responding. So these are first quotation from BMC skills and this and whatsoever there. So when it's respond, I will show you. So let's go back to training. I think the PDF is not responding. Now, this invoice, this quotation, when you want to send it, you can send quote. But like in this case, in this case, it's still a draft now because I've not sent it to the customer. I can send as email. You can see the option share here, the email, or you can send the link. You can copy the link by share, you can edit, and you can convert to invoice. So after sending this, I can come here and mark as sent. So once I click mark as sent, it will take it off from draft, which means that the customer has accepted it. Now, if there's no changes in this invoice, I can convert the same invoice, this quotation, to invoice, or I can build another invoice entirely. So let's see how to do invoice with Zoho invoice. I'm clicking on invoice. So new invoice now. Invoice also has different templates here, just like we have there, but we're not going to get into that now. Set your preference. Do you give discount at transactional level, at line level, or whatever? You select what. You select how you do that. Select additional charges. You like to add adjustment shipping fee. You don't have that. Do you sell your items at the rate tax? Is tax inclusive or exclusive? You select that. Inclusive means that the price is already inside the product itself. While exclusive means that the tax is after the price. At transactional level, the tax exclusive or exclusive. So you select all these ones, and I want to add a field for salesperson. You don't need it. Save. Continue. So now let's see one invoice before we call it a day. So we already have some customer ready. Let's look at Ajasco. Ajasco, this invoice 001. If it has LPO number, you can put the LPO number here. If it has PO number, put it there. Then the date, the terms, is it due on receipt or when? So put that. Then the subject, school training, and you move on. You have the line items. We have 2 of these. We want to train people, like 4 people to be trained this. Sorry. So we have 4 people to be trained this. We have 5 people to be trained this. And so with that, exclusive. Okay, so this is going to be their bill. If you want to add additional line, you can add another line here. Customer note, thanks for patronage. You have any other comment, you put it here. And you want to remove VAT, you can also remove your VAT here. Remember, you can remove the VAT. And with this, you can save and send, or save and print. You can save and print, save and send, and save and send later. Let's pick save and send later. So if the save and send, it's going to send it directly to the email or whichever means you want. Email to no contact address. If you put contact address, it's going to send it by when. So you can schedule it to so date, maybe Wednesday, and save schedule. So which means that there's no contact as well with it. Yeah. Okay, good. So we have the email saved. Let's see. Let's go back. Since we cannot schedule the email, let's cancel the scheduling for now. And let's mark as sent. So let's preview it also. I'm going to look. So this is how you're going to look. Your invoice is going to look like 5 lines or 10 lines or whatever you have. It's going to look like this. A PDF print. PDF. Let's see the PDF too for the invoicing. Okay, so we have the invoice ready. This is our invoice ready to be dispatched to our customers. So you can, all these things can be customized, but the more you interact with the software, the more you understand how it works. So you want to add signature to it, you can also add the signature to your invoice or your quotation using the same application. So I think you can see my PDF, right? So I think you can see my PDF. This is the invoice. This is the quotation we had earlier. So I think we're going to stop here. We're going to continue from here in the next class. We're going to continue from invoicing in the next class. And we're going to move towards the receipt and the report. Another good thing about Zoho invoice is that you can also even track your expenses also. You can track your expenses using Zoho invoice. Can you see now? You can manage your expenses, but the area of concern in this our class is about invoicing for now. So for now, you can see that this is the invoice we already raised. We have this invoice of 150,500 due today, because today's day, as we are giving the invoice out, is due already. By tomorrow, it will show you that it's due since yesterday. And when the person now pays us, what do? We come to receipt here, sales receipt. Here we have new sales receipt here. And let's look at the name of the customer. If the customer does not owe you anything, the invoice will not show. The customer name is Ajasco, Abi. Is it Ajasco? Okay, it's not bringing out the name. Okay. Ajasco. I think it's Ajasco that we give invoice to. So from Ajasco now, you can see the invoice that is owing us. Okay, let's go back to the invoice here, the invoice list. No, leave this page. From the list of invoice itself, this from here, from this invoice itself, you can record payment from here. You can record payment, which means that this person is paying part of the money. Amount received, let's say he has paid 100,000. 100,000 now, which means that any bank charges, no bank charges, no tax deducted, yes, and that's all. No notes, discord payment. So with this, it means that it has paid part of this money. You can see that it's already showing partly paid. You can see that this thing, it makes life easier. For one, you can quickly track how many invoices you have, how many of them are fully paid, how many of them are partly paid, or who has not paid this invoice. So far, they are invoicing. The moment they invoice it from your mobile at home or from wherever you are, you're already seeing what is happening in your office or from wherever you are. Can you see this is the invoice? If you have 10 invoices, you're going to see the list of all the invoices, and you see the status of each of the invoice. By the time you come here next week now, you can see that this is already due for payment. Overdue is going to show overdue invoice because it's a day invoice. So this we are going to stop here for today. And the assignment, I'm going to send the assignment to your Google Classroom. So with that, I want everyone to create a Zoho account and create like at least like 5 invoices. It doesn't mean that maybe you want to use for business. Yeah, create an hypothetical one for now. And if you have a business you want to use for, you can start using it now. Nothing stop you for. It's very free. It's free. Start using it, and you give it out to your customer by email or by WhatsApp. You share it with them. You share your invoice. You share it with them as email. Once you have it as PDF, save to your server. Share with them so that they see the invoice that you have just generated for each of the transactions that is transpiring between the two companies. Thank you very much.